Hi friends, it's Holly Jones from Mrs. Jones Stitches. Welcome to Flosstube number 47. Today is Friday, February 14th, 2025. It's Valentine's Day, and I hope you are having a great day. If you're new to my channel, this is a channel about cross stitch patterns, fabric, thread, things I'm working on, things I want to work on, things I'm crafting, and I'm happy you're joining me today. So, it's been about 2.5 weeks since I filmed my last video. And I have a lot of stuff to show and share today. So tell me something really quick. What do you prefer? Do you prefer videos that are a little bit more spaced out but have more content? Or do you prefer shorter videos that don't have as much content but they are more frequent? Let me know in the comments below. Let's see. So I sent out information about my Blackbird Designs Smalls Exchange that I'm hosting. I have about 25 people participating this time. I probably could have had a lot more had I opened up more spots, but 25 seems to be a really manageable number for me. I did an exchange last year and I hosted about 40 people, and it went off great, but it just felt like a lot. So anyway, one of the things I do is I do a hashtag for the stitch along or the Smalls Exchange. And this one is hashtag Blackbird Stitching Exchange. So if you'd like to see the things that people are stitching, or if you'd like to share your progress, if you're one of the people who are participating, make sure you use that hashtag on Instagram, and you can see all the beautiful things that people are working on. We do have a ship date of March the 7th. So hopefully after that, we'll have a lot more people posting pictures of things that they are receiving. I love stitching exchanges. I think they're so fun. I think it's so special stitching something for somebody else. And I love seeing what people are working on. So, market releases, Nashville Needlework Market's coming up at the beginning of March. So I have really loved seeing all the wonderful things that the designers are releasing. I have a little list of my own going right now, and I'll have to share that in another video. But one of the things that I'm really excited about, and it actually just got shared today, was from Heart and Hand, and it is the Nativity Tiny Town. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I saw that and literally I think I gasped out loud. I cannot wait to stitch that. I think that will be so special for the holidays. There's a lot of really great releases from April at Crafty Bluebonnet. From October House has some really pretty ones. I'm really excited about Americana White. I actually started stitching Americana Red. I was telling a friend this the other day. I started stitching Americana Red the year it came out, and except I wasn't stitching it in red. I was stitching it in a really pretty color from Color and Cotton called Thumper. And I got up, at the time my son was 2.5 or 3, and I had gotten up. I was literally out of the living room for probably 2 minutes tops. And I came back, and I had my thread sitting on the coffee table, and I was sitting beside the coffee table on the floor. And I have to show you what he did. I came back, and this is what my thread looked like. He shredded it, completely shredded it. And of course, at the time, this was a color that was not part of Color and Cotton's like normal floss collection. It was like a limited edition color. Oh, yeah, he was so proud of himself too. Like, Mom, I used the scissors, you know, and I'm like dying on the inside because my floss was shredded. And not only the fact that it was shredded, but it was shredded like right in the middle of my project. So it's not like I could just finish it. So, anyway, so after that, I had to retire my Americana Red because I didn't have enough, floss to finish it. So, I'm really looking forward to Americana White. if you watch Nicole Spore, she stitched Americana Blue for her blessing sampler. It's beautiful. Make sure you pop over to her channel and watch it because, oh gosh, it's breathtaking. It's so, so, so pretty. So after seeing that, I'm really inspired to, maybe try to restart some of those and make sure I have plenty of floss this time. Also, my son's a little older, so he knows not to play with scissors and mess with mom's stitching things. But anyway, so yeah, lots of fun stuff coming out for market. Nicole has a really great market recap video. If you are able to pop over to Nicole Spore's video, Chantel from 141 Designs is releasing videos going over some of the market releases. Lindy Stitches is doing that as well. So there are plenty of market videos out there that are showcasing all the great things. I saw Brenda Gervais released a couple of her market previews yesterday. I'm really looking forward to, I think it's called Liberty. It's really pretty. And the other one's called A Daily Reminder. I really love those two. I mean, all of her designs are beautiful, of course, but those are two that I am like, gotta stitch those. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what Kathy from Hands On Design is releasing. I had seen that she's releasing a new series called, I think it's called The Craft Room. And it goes to another room in our house that a lot of stitchers have is a craft room. But she had done the kitchen series, and then before that she had done the laundry room series. So I cannot wait to see her craft room series. Actually, two of my favorite releases from Hands On Design are the wordplay series that she had done, and or no, I'm sorry, not wordplay. It's called Chalk Talk, and it's kind of the Subway style word art. And the quilting one and the stitching one. I've stitched both of those and I love them so much. So I know with how much I love those, I'm really excited to see her craft room series as well. So let's talk stitching now. I've got a couple whips that I've been working on, and let me show those to you. So one of the ones I had shared, where's my board? Oh, here it is. So I can't ever find those Lori Holt design boards in a size that I really need. I feel like they are available in the small sizes, but I wanted a bigger size. So I kind of made my own. This is maybe how big is this? 14 by 14 piece of just like really thin kind of plywood board. I don't know. My husband had it in the garage and he kind of had it in like a scrap pile. So I said, can I have this? And he said, yep. So I covered it with some batting and I just kind of glued it down. It's not real pretty, but I'm probably going to put some fabric on the back. But anyway, really just super easy to make. So one of the things I'm participating in, and this was not on my list of things to start this year. I've had this chart for years, and I had never done anything with it. And then I was watching Sarah from she's Stitchy Sarah Reads on Instagram, and she was stitching Lizzie Kate's mystery sampler called Things Unseen. It's a 3-part series. It is available through 123 Stitch because Lizzie Kate has retired, so they're not making any new charts, but 123 Stitch bought the rights to all the Lizzie Kate charts, so they are the distributor for Lizzie Kate charts. Anyway, it's called Things Unseen. And I'll show you a picture of what it looks like fully stitched. Right here. It's really cute. So I decided that I was going to stitch along. And there are quite a few people stitching along with this. Let me read you the list. I should have written it down and I didn't. Stitchy Sarah Reads, Allison, Alley Cat 13, Michelle Lee Quilts, Jody from Simply Stitching Ocala, Benton Station Crafter, and Short and Stitchy. We are all stitching along with this. So I am stitching mine on 32 count Mushroom Bold by Color and Cotton, and I pulled my own Color and Cotton floss conversion. So I picked colors that are similar to the called for, and here's my progress so far. It's looking a little dark here in the room. It's about 4:30 right here. So the lighting isn't the best, but I'm really happy with how this is turning out. I love it. I had actually started stitching this twice. a couple years ago. Once was on a white before I actually started buying like hand dyed linen, and I was using like DMC. And then maybe a couple years ago, I decided that I was going to stitch it again, but I was going to stitch it on charcoal fabric and like a charcoal gray black color. And I was going to do kind of bright, really bright colors. And I made it, I had some of the words done, and I honestly started these flowers and I messed up. And instead of picking it, I just decided to set it aside. And then honestly, I've just never picked it back up. So I'm really looking forward to having it done this time. Everything is lining up perfect right now. There are no errors. So I'm going to keep on keeping on, and hopefully I can get this finished in maybe the next week or two. But words stitch up really fast for me. I'm sure they do for a lot of you as well. And the words go really fast. So on the chart, the actual words say, "The best and most beautiful things in the world cannot be seen or even touched. They must be felt with the heart." And it's such a great sentiment. I'm really looking forward to having this done this year. And I'm already daydreaming about frames for this piece. I don't know about you, but whenever I stitch, it's kind of like as I stitch, I think about like, where am I going to put this in my house? What type of frame do I want it in? And what's really funny is sometimes, as I'm stitching and I have this vision in my head, I know what I want it to look like. And then I get to Hobby Lobby and I choose the frame that I envisioned in my mind, and it looks terrible. And then I pick something that I never thought that I would choose, and it's like the perfect frame for the piece. So I've really kind of been going back and forth on what I want this to look like on the wall. But I also know myself, and I know that sometimes when I have my heart set on something and then I actually pull the frame that I think is going to go with the piece and it doesn't work, I end up getting sent in a whole nother direction. So with this one, I'm really trying hard not to daydream about the finished product too much, because I kind of want the frame choice to come naturally with what I think goes with the piece once I see the frame with it, instead of having my heart set on something and then only to find out that it doesn't really jive as well as I want it to. So anyway, really looking forward to having this done. I love seeing what people are stitching. And I have pictures. I keep posting them on my Instagram, so feel free to pop in and keep up with me. Another thing that I've been working on, and I shared this on my Instagram maybe a couple weeks ago. It is Painted Flowers by Shakespeare's Peddler. Where's my chart? This is my first Shakespeare's Peddler chart that I actually have bought. And I love it. It looks like watercolor flowers. It is so pretty. I've never stitched anything quite like this before. If you'll notice in the chart, there is, especially in this one, there's a lot of color changes, a lot of like shading and variegation. And I hate color changes. I feel like that's why I stitch a lot of like the same charts. I stitch a lot of like Blackbirds. I stitch a lot of Hands On Design, Brenda Gervais, Plum Street, things like that, where there really is not a lot of, I mean, there are a lot of flosses in those charts sometimes, but there's not shading. There's not, 5 shades of red, 5 shades of orange, things like that. So this is my first one that has a lot of shading to it. This is all DMC, and I am using the called for colors because since there's so much individual shading on the charts, like I said, there's, a couple different whites, there's a couple different reds and oranges and things like that. The way the hand-dyed variegated flosses are, there's already a lot of variegation to those, and I wanted this to look as similar to the picture as it could. So I did use the called for DMC. And here is where I'm at. Almost, 2.5 flowers in. It's really stitching up really pretty. This linen, I'm pretty sure, is 32 count gunmetal from Weeks. And I really like it. I like it because it's not too black. It is kind of like a nice charcoal color. It reminds me very much like a chalkboard color. It's really fun to stitch on. I started this in the fall and I kind of put it away for a little while, and I've been casually stitching on it. If I can get, a little bit done on it every week. I think I can have it done by maybe, you know, springtime, but I'm not in a big hurry for this chart. I just kind of want to take my time on it. I actually have quite a couple other commitments that I'm working on. I'm working on my piece for the Blackbird exchange, and then this Lizzie Kate Things Unseen. So this is in my work pile, but it's not a real big priority at this time, but it doesn't change the fact that I still love working on it. If you've never, I had somebody message me about this piece, and they asked, how do you stitch on dark linen? And I'll tell you, when I hold it up right here, this is probably a very true color. It is dark. It is not black though, so you can still see it. I also prefer to stitch on it during the day when the lighting is better. And then in the evenings when I stitch on it, I use, I have a light on my nightstand. My favorite place to stitch is sitting in my bed. And I have one of those like back pillows behind me. And then I have another pillow that I kind of like lay across my lap. And I really enjoy stitching in bed. And I have a light that sits over my shoulder, and it's on my nightstand, and it's a really bright light. So I stitch with really good light in the evening, and then natural light during the day, and it's really not terrible to stitch on. So I would highly recommend, if you want to try stitching on darker linen, get a charcoal color or a lighter kind of black, maybe a dark gray. I really like Twilight by Weeks, and I really like Gunmetal by Weeks, and give it a try. Maybe try stitching something small first before you commit to a larger piece, but you can do it. I know you can. Okay. The other thing, and I haven't stitched on this in a little while, but I wanted to show my progress on this. This was a piece I had started in December when we were leaving for New York. I wanted to stitch, I've never stitched it to JBW Designs before. And so I got this one here, Fleur de Noel. And I talked about this in a previous Flosstube. So right here you can see it's stitched in kind of like a mauve pink, a light pink, and then kind of like a rosy pink. So, and then when you open it up, it shows a different colorway. Here it is in 2 greens. And I decided I was going to stitch mine in blues. So here's my piece. Oops, there we go. And the colors I chose are Deep Sea from Color and Cotton, which is my darker blue, and my lighter blue is DMC 927. Now, this DMC is one of my favorite DMCs. It is a really pretty kind of a gray blue, and you can see them here together. Really, really pretty. Anyway, I'd say about halfway through this piece, and I just left a really thin border. I'm not sure how I'm going to finish this, probably in a frame, but I don't have a timeline for getting this one done either. I just really pick it up whatever I want to. This is 32 count antique white. I'm sure it's by Zweig Art, but yeah, it's not like a hand-dyed white or anything. And then I can't remember if I showed this in my previous video or not, but I did have a finish, and I'm sure I probably showed it, but just in case. I'm stitching Blackbird Designs Anniversary of the Heart. Carrie from Tiger Lily and Jessica the Sweetwater Stitcher are hosting. It's a year of like anniversaries of the heart. There are 12 charts in the series, and 3 of the charts have bonuses. So there's a total of 15 charts. I believe some people are stitching it as one big piece all together. Some are doing, I think Jessica's doing maybe 9 of the 15 charts. Some people are stitching them separately or all together. I really wanted to stitch Snow Garden, which was the January one, and I did a full color conversion on this. I stitched mine on 32 count Fog Gray. I cannot remember who designs this or who dyes this fabric. I picked it up when I was on vacation in Pensacola. So here is my FFO of this. And I did a pink and kind of red house. I put the year right down here. My peacock is kind of like a gray blue color. I did pink flowers, white snowflakes. I did a pink floral here on the border, and I love how it turned out. It's so pretty. Again, not sure how I'm finishing this. Honestly, I need to see if it'll fit in like a 5x7 frame. But it's just so sweet. So I had a lot of fun working on that, and it really stitched up pretty fast. Okay. I do have one FFO, and I can't wait to show it to you. So my blessing sampler this year was A Winter Is Past by Blackbird Designs. And the chart, the original chart is charted in blues and grays and greens. And I really wanted to brighten it up so it matched my decor, and I wanted to give it a fresh look. So I think I showed the finished piece or maybe my progress in a different video, but I got it back from the framer and I could not love it anymore. So here it is. Isn't that beautiful? So this frame is from Hobby Lobby. It is a gold, kind of a brushed gold frame. And I changed all my colors. So my tulips down here are different shades of pinks and reds. I have two different greens here on the border, a lighter and a darker. And then you can kind of see some of these little confetti like berry stitches here. I did 3 different blues up here for the letters. And I use those same blues for all the little birds. And then these same pinks and reds are these, you know, flowers and berries down here in the bottom. But I am really happy with how it turned out. I actually think the colors are very similar to the colors that I pulled when I did my own color conversion for, what's it called? Every Opening Flower from Brenda Gervais, which is right here on my wall. So the colors are very similar to this. This is just the aesthetic of my home. I like just a more colorful, but yet muted, if that makes sense, a brighter, I guess, color palette. I love blues, I love pinks and reds. So this just felt like it matched the aesthetic of my home more. So if you have never done a color conversion, I would highly recommend just giving it a try. You don't have to start it on a big piece like this. You can try something smaller, but just pick colors that that maybe you have in your home or things that would look good with your decor. So this is just one that I did. I've had a lot of people ask for the color conversion on this. Angela from Color and Cotton has my list of colors. So if you're interested in purchasing this or these flosses, reach out to her. You can email help@colorandcotton.com or you can call the store and she is more than happy to pull colors for you. She does have the list of colors that I used. Unfortunately, some of them are not available, but she is really great at pulling substitutes. So I actually saw a picture she had shared with me the other day where somebody was in the store pulling colors and she helped them curate a palette that's very close to this. One thing I do want to note on my conversion here, I did not do a color for color conversion. And what I mean by that is every place you see, you know, this, you know, let's say it's a heart symbol, for example, that I did not correlate that symbol with this color for every single time, if that makes sense. I kind of looked at the chart and was like, I think I'm going to put a light pink right here. I haven't used a light pink in a while. Or I'm going to put a red right here. Or I'm going to put these 2 reds beside each other. There was no really rhyme or reason where I put colors. I just kind of placed them. So there is not a symbol for symbol correlation to a color, if that makes sense. I hope it does. But I just kind of went with where the wind blew me and placed colors where I thought they would look the best. So anyway, I'm happy to, you know what, I'm going to hold this up for just a second because I did have somebody ask me before if I would hold up things a little bit longer so they could either take screenshots or they could see where I placed colors. So if they want to do something similar, that you are able to as well. So there we are. Okay, so that is my one FFO. Now, I'm not going to share my progress on what I'm stitching for the Blackbird exchange that I'm hosting, but I will show you what chart I chose. So the lady I'm stitching for stitches Blackbird as well. She has stitched a lot of Blackbirds, and I had a chart that I was really looking forward to stitching. I think I put it away, and I was looking on her Instagram because I really wanted to get a feel for her colors that she uses, and I wanted to see what she had stitched. So I picked out this chart that I was going to stitch for her, and I realized that she had already stitched it. Not only had she already stitched it, I had commented on it over a year ago and was like, oh my gosh, I love those colors. So I had to pivot and pick something else. And since she has a lot of the same books that I have, I really tried finding something that I was pretty certain she probably didn't have. So it was kind of fun to go through and pick out something special. So I picked out something from this book, Thank You, Sarah Tobias. And if you can kind of see, I picked this chart down here. This is a tulip pincushion. And this is the only picture, I believe, that's in color of this chart. So let me show you what it looks like. Pins and Tulips pincushion. Here it is. It has 3 tulips on it. It has some letters of the alphabet here, another tulip down here, and 3 birds. And like I said, the colors that it's called for are Weeks, Swamp Water, Classic Colorworks, Ye Old Gold, Gentle Arts, Tarnished Gold, and Gentle Arts Straw Bonnet. So the colors are very yellow, kind of brown, and black. So let me try and see if there's not another one on here. So I need to be careful because I do not want anybody to see her name. Okay, so I have done 2 of the flowers. Let me put this behind some paper. There we go. I did 2 of the flowers, and I did pinks and reds. And where the letters were, I ended up stitching her name. And I just kind of did like some wonky placement. So like, you know, her first letter and then her second letter. It's not like in a pretty straight line. It's kind of all jumbled around, but it looks cool. And I'm going to do the 3rd tulip and probably 2 birds. I don't think I'm going to do the 4th tulip or the extra bird. So anyway, I'm really looking forward to it. It's really pretty, and I hope she loves it. So I think it's going to end up being really long and skinny. So what I kind of want to do, if I have enough time, is I want to stitch maybe just a companion, like small piece to go with it, if I have time. I also am meeting some friends this next week at the Silver Needle in Tulsa, and I'm making something special for them too. So I've got a lot of things to work on right now. So let me go ahead and show you some haul, and then that will be it, friends. Okay, where are the rest of my notes? Here we are. Okay. All right. So I am part of the Lady Dot Trim Club from Heartland Quilting and Stitching, and we get a bundle of Lady Dot trims every month. And these are colors that are dyed exclusively for Heartland and for this club. I'm not sure if they'll be available later, but anyway, this is packet number 9, and it is a really pretty kind of rosy pink. Let me see if I can get, sorry for the crinkles. I know everybody says that, but I'm one of those people who I hate crinkles. Anyway, here it is, really pretty colors. We have some chenille, which is my favorite. Rickrack, which is also my favorite, and the pom-poms, which I love pom-poms, but I'm not good at sewing these on. So I really don't use a ton of the pom-poms because for me, I find them to be very difficult to get on. But I know a lot of people use them and don't have any problems with them, but I'm not that talented sewing. So like I can make a pillow finish, but as far as sewing on the pom-poms, that's challenging for me. I usually end up like hand stitching the rickrack and the chenille. Sometimes I will glue the chenille with a really thin line of Aleene's, and then I will stitch it on top of it so it stays secure. Anyway, that is my fabric or my trim of the month. Okay. My color and cotton fabric is already, I'm working on something else on that, so I can't really show it to you right now. It's really pretty. It's a really, really pretty, kind of a darker neutral. Love it. I bought some additional linen this month. I see a lot of people talk about a lot of fabric dyers that I have not tried, but I know a lot of people use these colors, and so I decided that I was going to go a little hog wild and buy a lot of linen. I have a lot of linen, but I really wanted to try some other things too. So let me show you what I got. I placed an order. I placed 2 orders. One was through Hollis Hands Create, and the other one was through Cedar River. So let me show you my Cedar River haul. Where's my board? Okay. This first piece is called Salt Ash by Cedar River. It is 32 count. Really pretty. And I got a fat quarter. The second one is Overcast, and it's also a 32 count. I'm going to put them all together. That way you can kind of see the contrast between each one of the colors. And then the third one is Coffee Stain. All right, here we are. Salt Ash, Overcast, Coffee Stain. This one almost kind of seems to have a little bit more of a pinky undertone to it. This one's a lot more light. Okay. So those are my ones from Cedar River. And they all feel really nice too. I don't like the really crunchy linen, the one that's really firm. I like this kind of softer stuff. I got a 1/8 of a yard of Weeks. This is in the color called Linen. This one is new to me. I have never used Fox and Rabbit. This is Ballet Slippers, 32 count. It is a really soft pink. I love this. I think this would be really pretty. It's, like I said, very light and soft, but I think it'd be really pretty using a white floss on it and doing something monochromatic. The next one is Fog by Picture This Plus. I really like the modeling in this piece. All right, after this we have Parchment by Fiber on a Whim. This is actually darker. There we go. That's a little bit more accurate. Then I have, this is Gray, formerly Confederate Gray from Weeks. Really like that one too. Paperback by Fox and Rabbit. Then we have Vellum by Picture This Plus. I really like the modeling on this one too. Okay. This is Velt by Picture This Plus, and this actually has, let me show you the modeling in this. This one has quite a bit of modeling in it. I don't know what I'm going to stitch with this, but I really think like a really cool, like vintage Halloween piece would look really pretty on this, especially with that modeling. It's actually kind of like a tan, and then the modeling is kind of like greens and golds. Okay. Then we have Fawn by Picture This Plus. And lastly, we have White Clay by Fox and Rabbit. So anyway, I kind of went a little bit wild with the linen, but I figured I've never tried Fox and Rabbit. I've tried the other stuff. I've tried Picture This Plus before and Weeks. but I just really wanted to try some of the colors that I feel like I see a lot of people stitching on. So I just kind of went a little bit wild, and I didn't order anything like really big. These are all like eighth of a yard. But that way I could try them and see what I liked, and then maybe get larger pieces and larger cuts next time. But okay, well, I think that is it for this video. Oh, I did want to share something else. My friend Kathy won one of my giveaways and sent me this really sweet card in a needle minder. So thank you so much, Kathy. If you win a giveaway, it is not required that you send me anything, but it was so nice and so appreciated. So thank you so much. That was so nice of you to think of me. Let's do a giveaway. So in my previous video, I was giving away a Valentine project bag, and I drew the winner for that on February 7th. I shared it on my Instagram also and in the video previously. So the winner for that was Bonnie Rogers. And Bonnie, your bag went out on Monday. Thank you so much. I announced the winner on my Instagram because I didn't know if I was going to get to it on my video, depending on when I was able to create the video. So I did reach out. Bonnie, thank you. Congratulations. Thank you so much for watching. And let's do a giveaway this time. Here's what I have. I'm going to be giving away this chart here from Primrose Cottage. It's I Would Rather Be Stitching. It is so fun. I stitched a lot of their bee things. I guess it was spring of 23, I guess now. But I have a whole bunch of their bee things that are stitched up. And I need to take you on another tour of my craft room because I feel like a lot of things have changed since then. I have one of those tiered tray towers from Hobby Lobby. And one of the whole tiers is a bunch of the bee pieces that I've stitched. So maybe I need to do that in another video. But anyway, if you would like to win this chart, use the word bee in your comment below. Make sure you like the video and that you subscribe to the video. So that was something I wanted to talk about. I can see if you're subscribed or not. And I feel terrible whenever people comment, but they aren't subscribed. So I can't count that as an entry. So make sure that you hit the button that invites you to subscribe to the channel. That's the only way you can win, if you like the video and you subscribe. So make sure you're a subscriber and you can win this cute chart. Make sure you use the word bee in your comment, B-E-E. And I hope you guys have a great week. I hope you have a great Valentine's Day, whether you are celebrating with a partner or whether you are celebrating alone. Maybe with your girlfriends, stuff like that. I know when I was single, I used to always do like a Galentine's dinner with my girlfriends. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Happy stitching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.